Top of the top, we are back at the spot. This is week 6 at 208 Reynolds Street, and I have a lot of updates for us to get to today. We're still not to the sexy stuff yet, but we have had a lot of activity, a lot going on. We have an upcoming inspection, and we have a lot of work that's going. So we'll get to the updates. First, I need you guys to take a second, like, share, and subscribe. We've been getting the subscribers up. I definitely appreciate you guys for that, for the subscriptions. Now let's just get the shares up. Let's continue to share this. So go ahead and do that right now, and we're about to get started. Let's go. So first, this is my certificate of appropriateness, looks like, and this is just basically saying there's going to be a meeting where I am going to discuss my window replacements. So this is one of the things that held me up, and this is with the Historic Commission. So they just have to let the community know the sign got knocked down. The wind was crazy yesterday. I will pick it up before I leave. So let me show you some of the work we got going on. This is our water meter here, and we are doing a lot of the plumbing work. I will show you inside the house as well, but I'll first show you outside. This was that pipe that you saw in the bathroom that I wanted to get rid of. And so they got that out. And then I was told that we have a sewage line that we're gonna have to replace that's damaged. That's why these guys have been doing this digging. And it's basically my main sewage line. It goes all the way out and feeds into the street where the public sewage is. And so that's what the spray paint you see on the street, we actually had to have them come out and mark out where the sewage line was because we couldn't find it for a while. So they came, we cut the water on, and then we saw that we had a leak. So that's the issue. These guys have dug it up, and we are going to be replacing our sewage line. Let me take you alongside the house first. So yeah, we have our drain line here that is basically our drain line for the home that ties into the street. This is our main sewage line. You can see that they've run some new pipe in here, and this is feeding into our current bathroom. And I will show you on the inside of the home. And then this one right here feeds into the closet wall, which I will show you, which I just spoke to the contractor about. It's actually something I want to change. So all of this, they've been doing a lot of digging over here. And you will see this right here. You can see this is the conduit that we had in that closet wall, in that master closet wall that was actually taken out. So I'm pretty happy about that. We were able to take that out. And then you can see cap some of the piping over there. So let's take a look. Let's see what we have inside. All right. So you've seen a lot of the framing, but you can see the water lines, the hot and the cold water lines running in. That's going to be for our vanity on the other side. I will show you that, as well as our hot water heater lines right here, our hot and our cold. Then you could also see on this back side, we have drain line for the washer and dryer, the hot water, cold water intake running up here. You've also already seen we have our dryer connection there as well. And the one thing you want to do at this stage, in which, you know, that's what I was doing, that's why you see all these papers on the ground, just come through, measure some things, just make sure things are lining up with your plans. It's something small, but you know, if you see something, ask questions. Say, hey, this looks a little strange. Can you explain this to me? And it can save you a lot of headache just being very proactive about that. These are some more hot and cold water intakes. This is going to be for the sink. So you can see that, and then the drainage line for the sink as well. And just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, this right here, this is going to be the electrical for where we are going to have, you see right here where they cut this concrete, this is going to be the electrical power for where we are going to have our island. And it's a little short, and so it's about 3 inches short. I saw that, spoke to the contractor, he measured it too, and it's getting fixed. But I think if we put our cabinet in and then we try to fix it, I mean, it's, you know, it's one of those things that if you could be proactive about it, you definitely want to be. In here you can see, so this is that line that you saw out front, that ran all the way up through the roof. It was actually like a vent line for the sewer, and so that is gone. And here you see all the concrete that they've had to bust up to run the new plumbing. So they ran new plumbing here. This is going to be for our vanity right here. We already have the 24-inch vanity, and then that's going to be for our toilet right there. And then they have the cold water intake, and that's what's going to give you your water into your toilet right here. On this side, let me step right here. Woo! Got my boots on, baby. This is, you gotta have the boots on. But right here, they've installed the valve. This is our hot and cold water here. This is gonna be for our shower here. So pretty much good to go here. It's all controlled with one valve, so that's why you see it all feeds in there, and then based on however you turn the shower valve, and it will give a certain amount of hot, certain amount of cold. And then that's our drain line right there for our shower. And this one, we have the bathtub that's already in there, that's gonna be in here. And it's just gonna be a tile shower with the bathtub. These are some of those lines that I was pointing out that are coming in. These feed to the HVAC, and then I think one feeds to it's like a cold water intake. But I actually want to move these. I don't like this being in this closet. It's a pretty small closet, and I'd like to give them room, but we would box these out if they are left here. And what we might consider doing is just bumping this side of the closet wall over a little bit to give a little bit extra space. There's nothing really inhibiting that. We had the electrical panel on there at first, but you know, we could bump this over like 6 inches to be a little bit more on this wall. I don't think that would change much as far as how you would lay this bathroom out. I'm sorry, how you would lay this bedroom out. So I think that might be something we do, might be the easier of the two. Then coming in here, see some of the work that's been done. We have our hot and cold for our vanity. And this is the type of thing that you'll just measure. Just make sure that your lines are matching up. Where the drain line is, that's matching up. So I just measured it. It's 48-inch vanity. So they're basically right on center, right around 24 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just need to make sure that it's going to be lined up. Like if it was outside of where the vanity would be, the vanity is going to be butt up against this wall. So if it was outside of that, say it was at 49, then that's the type of thing, 49 inches from this wall, that's the type of thing you would want to, you know, bring up to your contractor and just make sure you guys are on the same page. Because maybe he thinks you have a bigger vanity than what you do or something like that. Or it could just be a mistake. And here we have some more lines. This is feeding into the drain line here. This is going to be for our toilet right here. I measured the distance for this. It's pretty much on par with where we need to be at. And then over here, you can kind of already see what's going to be here. This is for our shower drain. So it's going to be right in the center of the shower, which is going to be a 36 by 70 shower. And so that's pretty much right in line where it needs to be. We have the valve here that we already have and that we're using, so that's centered here as well. And then we're actually gonna have somewhat of a kind of like a rainfall type shower, which they've already kind of put a little stub out here for that. So this is a lot of the updates in here. I don't think there's much else that we haven't discussed as of yet. But the main thing is we're trying to get everything ready for inspections. Yeah, all this stuff is pretty much stuff you guys have seen before. So the main thing right now is we're trying to get everything ready for our initial inspection. And that's your what's called your rough-in inspection. And they just make sure that all your piping and stuff is done correctly. Any exposed stud framing, they'll check that, make sure that's done correctly, make sure the supports are installed correctly. And so we're actually running behind on that. We were supposed to have that done already, but because we didn't have water here and we had to get the city to come out, and then we had to get them to mark out where the sewage line was. We're running a couple days behind, but it's all good. I think we're gonna be okay. My main thing is I want us to get past the inspection, because then once we do that, then we can get stuff framed up, and then that's when we'll start seeing like the sexy part of the project, some of the nice finishes, some of the other things we plan on doing. Then we'll get the cabinets and island and all that stuff installed. So I'm really trying to push to get there. I have this meeting that I have to go to in right about 2 weeks, or really up a little under 2 weeks, and that's going to be for these windows that I'm trying to get installed. And that's going to be a big part of this project, and just making sure that we can stay on track and on budget. And so I'll keep you guys posted on that. But until next week, make sure you like, share, subscribe, send this to 3 people for me, and I'll be back. Peace.